S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Go.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland.
Raiders 7, Chiefs nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Right there in the middle, 55. All right, here we go. Let's go, Green, let's go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that's Elliott, complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go. Hey, one set. Check, Mike, 54.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Power.
Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Brings up second and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They go play action now. Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
25.
From the gun, it's Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Albert Rosas on for the field goal. A 36-yard attempt.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Here we go. 60, orange. Stop your bonnet.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed. A 22-yard gain.
And the Raider first down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
So we got man. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Let's go. 30 pace, let's go.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They'll look to throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Devlin will try to power it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. James Devlin, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quinnen Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Here's Wilson to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
It's 3rd and 10.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Ready. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Don't get nervous. Chopper.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. What we got? What we got? What we got?
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Come on, set. 90. Wolf. 54. Walk 54. You must be. Set. Go.
Now Gordon on first down. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Ready, go.
This is Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Ready.
Looking to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. John Simon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And this one is right down the middle. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. is Gordon as they go to him again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Gordon. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Alert.
From the gun, Wilson. Able to find Waller. That's complete. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Again, it's Elliott. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. It's complete to Williams. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That one a first down pickup of 8.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
95. Got it.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This is caught. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Elliott, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a first down throw complete downfield. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Chris Godwin. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Sua Cravens with a pick, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
2nd and 6. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go. Fight, 55. Hey, eat. Watch the pass.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to take off with it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And his guys are going to take over at their own 38-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Melvin Gordon hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Rabbit. 29 is 29. Man.
Here's Wilson to throw again. That one complete to Elliott. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
29 is Mike 29.
Again, Wilson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they'll get this down to the 10. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. On first down, Wilson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Lorenzo Carter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Go 14.
Here's Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check.
Gordon. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Red. 15 Lonnie.
That one looks like he'll throw here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Now Wilson on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions.
And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the...
And that's caught inside the 30. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Oakland, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.